Hello, hello, hello all. Welcome. Settle down. Come in, sit down. English class has begun. So today we're going to be looking at B2, kind of like upper intermediate level phrases, sentences in context, and hopefully you're going to be practicing speaking. I want you speaking. I want you talking. I want you saying these sentences, these phrases out loud with me. Say them with me. You don't have to say them at the same time, but you can say it after I say it. I want you to be practicing them. I want you to be practicing your speaking. So you're practicing listening and speaking. The phrases that we're looking at today, the sentences that we're looking at, this is like real life English. This is what native speakers use on a regular basis. This is normal stuff. So this is good for you to practice English and also learn English, get comfortable with more phrases and sentences in English. So let's begin. Basically, I'm going to be giving you a sentence or two, like to provide context, and then I'm going to tell you what you can say in that situation. So I'm going to be reading this stuff. I have my laptop here. So you're at work. Your coworker, this is a good word. A lot of students don't know this word, or they don't use this word. They say colleague. Colleague is okay, but I personally like to use coworker, even though I don't have any because I work by myself. So sad. Anyways, your coworker explains a plan, but you think it might cause problems later. You can say, I'm not sure that's going to work in the long run. Okay, I almost said work out, even though I read work, but I almost said work out because we like to use phrasal verbs. You know, my brain is wired for phrasal verbs. Yeah, you could say either way. I think I'm not sure that's going to work in the long run, or I'm not sure that's going to work out. So I'm not sure that's going to work in the long run. In the long run, right? Long term, or in the long run, I'm not sure that's going to work. It's written that's going to work. I'm not sure that's going to work. But you know, native speakers, even at work, even in professional environments, we say gonna. I'm not sure that's going to work in the long run. I'm not sure that's going to work long term. I'm not sure that's going to work in the short term. In the short run. Short run? I don't know if we say short run, but we definitely say short term. Short term, long run. I don't know, different ways of saying it. All right, next one. You're talking to a friend who is stressed about something small, like being late by a few minutes. Oh my goodness. She's stressing, or he or she is stressing about being late by a few minutes. Clearly not someone from Latin America. Okay. You want to calm them down. You can say, it's not really a big deal. Well, be careful with your tone, with your attitude. Sometimes I say this in the wrong way. So, yeah, it's not really a big deal. Or you know what? I would probably say girl or boy. I don't know. No, you don't have to say that. Be careful with that because it could be disrespectful. So you got to be careful how you use girl and boy. But anyways, you can say, it's not a big deal. No, don't worry about it. Girl, it's not you're a few minutes late. Relax. Okay. I'm on Latin time. I don't care. I'm used to it. Relax. It's not a big deal. Hey, it's not a big deal. It's a few minutes. Yeah. All right. Next one. You're in a group conversation. Someone says something you don't agree with, but you want to stay polite. By the way, sorry if there's glare in my glasses and you can't even see me. Anyways, you're in a group conversation. Someone says something you don't agree with, but you want to stay polite. You can say, I see your point, but I don't completely agree. Yeah. So it's good to, even if you disagree, like it's good to validate someone's point or perspective. That makes them feel heard. That makes them feel listened to. So you can say, I see your point. I understand what you're saying. I get what you're saying, but I don't completely agree. You got to stay firm in that. I see your point, but I don't completely agree. I don't really agree. I don't agree with that. And here's why. All right. You're explaining why you couldn't finish something on time at work or school. You can say, I ran out of time. Yeah, I ran out of time. You know how we use this expression, ran out of something? Like when you need to go to the grocery store and buy more food because you ran out of food. Like, I ran out of avocados. I got to buy more. Same thing with time. I ran out of time. I didn't have enough time. I ran out of time. We love to run out. To run out of something, native speakers, we use it all the time. You're talking about a plan, but you're not 100% sure it will happen. You're talking about a plan, but you're not 100% sure it'll happen. You're not 100% sure it will happen. I said it'll, but it actually is it will happen, but I read it as it'll happen. It'll, because we do that, contractions. You're not 100% sure it'll happen. You can say, we'll see how it goes. Yeah, I don't know, maybe. Maybe it'll happen, maybe. We'll see. Sometimes, a lot of times we just say, we'll see. We'll see. We will see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, let's see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. We'll see. You're reacting to something surprising that someone tells you. You can say, I didn't expect that. Wow. Wow, that's crazy. I didn't expect that. Wow, I didn't expect that. That's crazy. Wow. Wow, that surprised me. Wow, that surprised me. I didn't expect that. I didn't expect that. We react to things a lot like that. You sound like a native speaker if you react like that. You're explaining a problem that is starting to get worse. You can say, it's starting to become a problem. Yeah, it's starting to be an issue. It's starting to be an issue. It's starting to be a problem. It's starting to become a problem. It's starting to become an issue. It's starting to turn into a problem. You can say, it's starting to turn into a problem, starting to turn into an issue. Yeah, starting to become an issue. You're talking about a situation that depends on something else happening first. You can say, it depends on what happens next. I don't know, it depends. Sometimes we just say, it depends. But you can say the longer version, it depends on what happens. Depends on what happens next. It depends on what happens first. It depends on whatever it depends on. You're in a meeting and you want to return to the main topic after people go off topic. So when you go off topic, you start talking about something else. So you're in a meeting, people go off topic, you want to get back to the main point. So you say, let's get back to the main point. Oh my God, this literally, I didn't even read the phrase. I just said the first thing that popped into my head, and it's the phrase. It's the thing I'm going to teach you. And I didn't even know that was what it was. Yeah, that just is proof. That's proof that this is realistic stuff right here. Let's get back to the main point. All right, guys, let's get back to the main point. All right. We're getting off topic. You can say, we're getting off topic. We're getting off topic. Let's get back to the main point. Let's get back to the main point. You're explaining that something didn't happen the way you planned. You can say, things didn't go as planned. Things didn't go as planned. As planned. Things didn't go as planned. Things didn't go as planned. That's how it would be like fast, Things didn't go as planned. As when we don't put emphasis because we're saying it fast in a sentence, we just say go as planned. As it's not like as, it's like as, go as planned. And it sounds like is, so you have to be able to differentiate. I mean, is wouldn't make sense in that case. So that's how you know based on the context. But yeah, as when we talk fast, it sounds like almost like is. So be careful. Like didn't go as planned. Didn't go as planned. Things didn't go as planned. All right, you're talking to someone who is making a simple situation too complicated. Who is making a simple situation too complicated. You can say, I think you're making it more complicated than it needs to be. Then it needs to be. Remember, then is what we use like to compare things, right? Like this is bigger than that. Then, THAN. So I think you're making it more complicated than it needs to be. I think you're making it more complicated than it needs to be. Yeah. Pretty simple, straightforward. A lot of this stuff is like pretty straightforward, easy stuff. A lot of you probably already know all this stuff, but like some of you don't. A lot of you probably understand all these phrases, but are you using them yourself? Are you using them in your normal speaking, in your normal life of English, in your English life? Would you use these in conversation easily, effortlessly? So it's still good to practice. Even stuff you already know, it's good to practice speaking it, saying it for many reasons. So don't ever be like, oh, it's too easy. Okay, I'm not teaching you like the dog is brown, the cat is small. I'm not teaching you stuff like that. Okay, this is like really useful everyday real life sentences that are not for beginners. They're not basic, but it's just normal English, and it's good to practice speaking, saying them. Okay, you're reacting to a suggestion that sounds reasonable, a reasonable suggestion. You can say, that sounds like a good idea. That sounds like a good idea. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Sounds good. Something I noticed today, when we ask if something sounds good. Sometimes we just say, sound good. Like, I'm telling you, okay, in this video, blah, 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 we're going to do this, this, this. Sound good? I'm asking you, like, is that okay? Is that okay for you? Do you think that's good? Sound good? So a lot of times we just say sound good when we're asking the question, right? Sound good? But the answer or the sentence would be sounds good. It sounds good. So the full thing would be it sounds good. A lot of times we just say sounds good as a response or as a sentence, as a statement. But when we're asking someone, we're going to cut off the S and say sound good? Sounds good. Sound good? Sounds good. I don't know why we do that, but yeah, just so you know, there is sometimes a difference there. So that sounds like a good idea. You're explaining that something is okay for now, even if it's not perfect. You can say, it's good enough for now. It's good enough for now. Good enough. It's good enough. Yeah, it's good enough for now. You're talking about a situation. You're talking about a situation where you need more time to decide. You can say, I need a bit more time to think about it. I don't know. This is the first one that maybe it doesn't sound supernatural to me. I need a bit more time. Need a bit more time. I would probably say, I need a little bit more time. I need a bit more time. I need a little bit. I feel like little bit sounds better. I need a little bit more time. Or just, I need a little more time. Yeah, I would probably just say I need a little more time. I need a little more time. I don't know. I think maybe the British like to use just bit more often than I think we like little in American English and little bit, little. So, because I would say I need a little more time. I need a little more time. I need a little more time to think about it. Yeah, that's probably what I would say. I need a little, and little, when we say it fast, it sounds like lil. That's why like you have rappers like Lil Wayne, it's not because it's little, but when we say it, it sounds like lil. I need a little more time. I need a little more time to think about it. I need a little more time to think. Yeah, I just need a little bit more time. I need a little bit more time to think about it. You're reacting when someone explains something clearly. You can say, that makes sense. Okay, that's a little bit too easy. That makes sense. Okay, let's do more. All right. You're at work. A lot of at work stuff here. You're at work. Your manager asks if you can finish a task today. Finish a task today. Finish a task today. That's a tongue twister. Tongue twister. Finish a task today. Task today. Some things in English, I'm just like, geez, that's hard to say. It's hard to say, and I'm a native speaker. Your manager asks if you can finish a task today, but you already have too much to do. You want to be honest without sounding negative. You can say, I'll do my best, but I can't promise I'll finish it today. Sometimes we say, I can't promise anything. I'll try. I'll do my best, but I can't promise anything. I'll do my best, but I can't promise I'll finish today. I can't promise I'll finish it. Don't forget the it. I didn't read that part. I'll finish it. It is very important. I'll do my best, but I can't promise I'll finish it today. A lot of English learners forget the it because their languages don't use it so much, or it's not always necessary. But in English, we use it a lot to refer to the thing that we're talking about. I'll do my best, but I can't promise I'll finish it today. Can't promise. Can't promise I'll finish it today, but I'll do my best. I'll do my best. You're talking to a friend who keeps canceling plans at the last minute. Keeps canceling plans at the last minute. You want to show you're annoyed, but not too aggressive. You can say, it's getting a bit frustrating, to be honest. To be honest. It's getting a bit frustrating, to be honest. So we say to be honest. We also say honestly. Honestly, it's getting a bit frustrating. It's getting a bit annoying. It's getting a little annoying. Once again, like you can say a bit frustrating. You can say that. I think my personal preference is I usually say little. It's getting a little annoying. It's getting a little annoying. But also, it's getting a bit annoying. No, I use bit also. I use both. Just so you know, you can use both. It's getting a bit frustrating. It's getting a little annoying. Honestly, it's getting a little annoying. It's starting to bother me. It's starting to annoy me. It's starting to bother me. To be honest, it's getting a bit frustrating. Yeah. You're in a discussion and someone explains something. I saw this video about how this woman, she was saying how she loves when people who wear glasses do this, like push up their glasses with their finger like this. She's like, she loves it. I need to remember to do that more often. I guess it's cute. I don't know. I usually just go like this. You're in a discussion and someone explains something, but you don't fully understand. You want them to explain it again. You can say, can you go over that again? Can you go over that again? Go over that. Go over it. Go over has a lot of meanings, doesn't it? Can you go over that again? So in the context of a discussion, talking about something, especially, somebody explaining something, teaching something, a lecture, but it could just be a discussion, conversation. But usually it's, when someone is explaining something or teaching something, you would say, go over it. Like the teacher might say, all right, today I'm going to go over this. Like I'm going to go over this topic and this. It's like to talk about it in depth, to explain it, to teach it. Yeah. So can you go over that again? Can you explain it again? Can you teach it again? Talk about it again? Yeah. So it's for this specific kind of context. You wouldn't say that if you just want someone to repeat what they said, like in any conversation. It doesn't work that way. It's not like, what did you say? It's not like that. It's like to go in depth about a topic, to talk in depth. So can you go over that again? I didn't understand that part when you talked about blah, blah, blah. Yeah. You're explaining why you made a decision quickly. You're explaining why you made a decision quickly. You can say, I didn't really have much choice. I didn't really have much choice. Well, yeah, you could say that. I didn't really have much choice. I didn't really have a choice. I didn't really have any choice. I didn't really have a choice. I didn't really have much choice. Yeah. I didn't really have any other options. Like I didn't really have much choice. I didn't have, it wasn't up to me. Like it wasn't my decision. I didn't really have much choice. I made this decision quickly because I don't know, it seemed like a good idea in the moment. I didn't really have many other options, many other choices. So yeah, I didn't really have much choice. I had to make this decision quickly. I had to make that decision. You're reacting to something that seems obvious to you. You can say, that's pretty clear. I disagree with this one. If something seems obvious to you, I wouldn't say that. I would probably say like, yeah, I think that's pretty obvious. You got to be careful though. It can sound a little rude. I would say, yeah, I mean, you could say that. That's pretty clear. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. You can say that. I guess it all depends on the context. Sometimes it's hard for me to imagine like the specific conversation in which I would say this or the specific moment. But yeah, that's pretty clear. Like, yeah, we can tell. We can see it. It's pretty obvious. It's pretty clear. I think most of us understand that. I think it's pretty evident, pretty clear, pretty obvious. Yeah, I already know that. Yeah. Yeah. So, okay. So I don't disagree. It all just depends. Like, even though I'm giving you context, I'm not telling you what we're actually talking about. So it's still like limited context. So sometimes it confuses me, but yeah, it's fine. Maybe not in every situation, but it's fine. You're talking about a situation where something is improving slowly. You can say, it's getting better little by little. Okay. I think most students know this phrase, little by little. It's getting better little by little. You can also say it's gradually getting better. Gradually. This is a good word. It's gradually improving. It's gradually getting better. It's slowly getting better. It's slowly improving. It's getting better little by little. It's improving little by little. Yeah. You're in a meeting and you want to add your opinion. Why do I just realized I'm like doing all these hand stuff. I don't even know if you can see. Okay. You're in a meeting and you want to add your opinion after listening to others. You can say, from my point of view, we should try something different. Okay. Yeah. Or you could just say, I think we should try something different. Like, yeah. I mean, yes, you can say, from my point of view, from my perspective, in my opinion, like, yes, you can say these things. I would just cut right to the chase. I would just get right to it and probably just say, yeah, I think we should try something different. I think we should try something different because I think we can do better. I think this isn't working. I think we should try something different. Yeah. I feel like from my point of view, it's kind of almost not even necessary in this phrase because it kind of sounds like you're about to provide some whole new complex perspective, but all you're saying is we should try something different. So it's kind of simple. So I think maybe we should just keep it simple and say, I think we should try something different. But there are these phrases like from my point of view, which means like in my opinion, from my perspective. So if you didn't know those phrases, now you know them. But do I use them all the time? No, not really, because a lot of times we just say, I think. We just say, I think we should do this. So yes, these phrases exist and they can be useful, but a lot of times native speakers, we just keep it simple, You're explaining that something is not your decision to make. You can say, it's not up to me. Okay, I already said this phrase, right? It's not up to me. It's not my decision. It's not up to me. It's up to so-and-so. It's up to whoever, that person. It's not up to me. It's up to you. It's up to you. It's not up to me. All right. You're reacting to a situation where something went wrong unexpectedly. You can say, I don't know what went wrong. What went wrong? What went? God, I can't even speak English today. I don't know what went wrong. I don't know what went wrong. I don't know what happened. That's probably what I would say. I don't know what happened. Yeah. I don't know what went wrong. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. Yeah, it was crazy. Like, I didn't expect that. I don't know what happened. You're talking about a plan that might change later. You can say, this is just a rough plan for now. Okay, so rough. Sometimes we use rough to say like a rough idea, a rough plan. Even a rough draft is like, maybe the first time you write something, it's a rough draft. And then you have to edit it and you have to improve it, and eventually you get your final draft. You get your final version. But in the beginning, you just have a rough draft. It's just, a lot of times we use rough to refer to like the beginning stage of something. Like it's just a beginning, just like a starting idea, a starting plan, a starting piece of writing or video, Like when I first filmed this video, like this video I'm filming right now, this is a rough draft. Then I have to edit it. I have to do things to it. This is the rough draft right here. So rough sometimes is used that way to say like the starting point, the starting version, the first version. So this is just a rough plan for now. It's just like, this is just like the first plan, the first idea, but it's like, it could be different. It could change. It's probably going to change or evolve over time, but this is just a rough idea, a rough plan. Yeah, it's like a starting point, and you could think about it as like maybe you have a material that's rough, and you have to make it smooth over time. So it's like rough to touch and you have to smooth it. And you have to make it better over time. So maybe that's why we use rough to refer to like the original point. Like, how you have wood when you're building something, you have wood, like just raw wood from the tree and it's rough. But then you have to take like sandpaper and sand it down and it becomes like smoother and then you polish it and whatever. So the rough wood is like the first wood, I think you understand. Okay. You're explaining that you agree with someone. You can say, I think you're right about that. Super simple. You see, a lot of times B2 is not even like, it's like a lot of you are B2 and you don't even know you're B2 because it's not that hard. Like it's simple stuff. It's simple English. It's like, this is everyday English. I think you're right about that. Yeah, I think you're right about that. Yeah, I guess fluency, it's not so much about like what you can understand. It's about like how you can how easily you express yourself, how naturally you express yourself when you speak. So if you can confidently use phrases like this, then yeah, you're doing fantastic. But I think for a lot of people, like they understand these phrases, but they might not confidently use them themselves. So that's what we got to work on here. That's what we got to practice speaking. So you're explaining that you agree with someone. You can say, I think you're right about that. Yeah. You know what? I think you're right about that. You know what? I think you're right. I think you're right about that. Yeah. Yeah. I think you're right about that. Mm-hmm. You're reacting. I was trying to think of another way that we say you're right. But I feel like that's the only way we say it. Like you're right. Yeah. That's like the main way we say it, at least. I can't even think of another way that we say it. So yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. I'm wrong. You're right. I think you're right about that. Yeah. Or we just say like true, that yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true. You're reacting when someone suggests something unrealistic. You can say, that's going to be difficult. I would just say, that's not realistic. That's not going to happen. That's unrealistic. Like, that sounds great in theory, but in reality, in real life, it's not realistic. It's probably not going to happen. It's probably not going to happen. Yeah, that's going to be difficult. That's going to be too hard to do. That's going to be too difficult. We're probably not going to want to do it, or we're probably not going to achieve it. Like, it's going to be too hard. You're explaining that something is not very important. You're explaining that something is not very important. Did I say that right? You're explaining that something is not very important. You can say, it's not that important. God, it's so simple. It's not that important. It's not that important. Yeah. It's not that big of a deal. Yeah, we use that to, like, in these kind of sentences, like, it's not that crazy. It's not that good. It's not that bad, to like express the degree. Okay. You're talking about a situation where you expected a better result. You can say, I thought it would be better than this. Sometimes this is what happens when I order food and it doesn't turn out the way I had hoped. Sometimes it's not as good as I hoped it would be. I thought it would be based on the pictures, the description. So sometimes I'm like, I have my food here that I ordered and I'm like, I thought it would be better than this. Like, I thought it would be more food. I thought it would be bigger. Yeah, I don't really like this. Like, I wouldn't order it again. I thought it'd be better. I thought it would be different. I didn't really expect it. I didn't expect this. I didn't expect that it would be like this. Yeah. Okay, last one. You're reacting when someone thanks you. You can say, no problem at all. Yeah, okay. So when someone says thank you to me, I usually say my go-to phrases, my phrases that I use the most are, of course. Yeah, of course. Like, why would I not? Like, why are you even like, of course. Of course I would do that. Yeah, of course. So, of course, anytime. Yeah, of course, anytime. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So a lot of times, we use you're welcome once in a while. Sometimes we use it, yeah, but not like all the time. Like, most of the time we say like, yeah, of course, or no problem. Yeah, no problem. No problem. Yeah. Yeah, of course. Like, that's honestly what I say. Oh, thank you. Yeah, of course, no problem. Of course, no problem. No problem at all. No problem at all. Yeah, no problem or no problem at all. Same thing. All right. Simple stuff. I think next time I'm going to have to do C1 stuff because I think B2 sometimes it's a little bit too simple. It's a little too simple. But let me know in the comments. Let me know if you listened to my last video, the Learn English While You Sleep video with the C1 phrases, and then you listen to this video and tell me like which level you prefer. Like, did you prefer this, the B2 ones in this video or the C1 ones in last video? Maybe you didn't see the last video, but maybe you watched this video and you think it's a little too easy and you want something more challenging. Let me know. So let me know in the comments, like, how you feel with the phrases in this video. If you think it was like too easy, or you want more stuff exactly like this, it was perfect level for you, or you want harder stuff or easier stuff. Maybe it was too hard. I don't know. Like, just tell me. I don't think it was too hard, but for most of you, but just let me know how you feel about this level and these kinds of things. I thought it was quite simple. But like I said, even though I think most of you understand all this or most of this, you probably are not practicing saying these phrases, these sentences. You're probably not practicing speaking and saying these things. You're not practicing this like in conversation, imagining yourself in a conversation using these. And even if you have said these before, or even if you know this stuff, it's still always good to just practice speaking a language that you're trying to be fluent in, because the more you speak it, the more natural it will feel in your mouth. It'll be easier to say these sounds and faster, and you can focus on like pronouncing it more clearly. There are always components to work on. I think like when I'm speaking Spanish, I think it helps me, even if everything that I'm saying is all stuff that I've said before a million times, I think it still helps me to speak Spanish. Like, even if I'm saying simple stuff, simply because it's keeping my mouth in the mode of speaking Spanish so that I'm like more ready. I'm ready for whatever situation that comes where I want to speak it. Because when I don't speak it for a little while, like even a week, I feel like a little rusty. So it's good to keep that regular maintenance. And if you like this video, I can continue making videos like this and we can just keep practicing our speaking together. Thank you for watching it to the end. I love you guys. You guys are my favorites. Go ahead, tell the others. I don't care. Tell them you're my favorite. And have a wonderful day. See you next video. See you next time. Bye-bye.